Hi there, this is Mindy Audlin, and I've got a special tip today for those of you who are leaders of mission-centric spiritual communities and you want to see them grow. So before I get to the tip, I want to talk a little bit about what it means to be a leader of a mission-centric spiritual organization. What is the role of a leader of a mission-centric organization? So if you're going to be mission-centric, the role of the leader, you're like the captain. You're the captain of the ship. So you got to hold on to the vision. You got to know where that North Star is, and you've got to make sure that the boat is pointing in the right direction, that it's pointing in the direction of your mission at all times. And to do that in a way that is as efficient as possible, and to be the greatest possible steward of the resources that you have. You want to take care of those resources. And that means taking care of your team. That also means taking care of your time. The greatest resource you have as a spiritual leader is your time and your energy and your focus. What will happen when you become mission-centric, or when you shift into becoming mission-centric as an organization, is you may find that in creating that cultural change, you have people who are not on board and they're facing the other direction saying, I liked it better this way. I want to go this way. And whenever someone's upset, you know what they're going to do. They're going to come straight to the minister. They're going to find the captain and they're going to say, I'm not happy. As the captain, it is your job to stay focused on where you want to go and not let your time and energy get drained in trying to satisfy all of those who are looking the opposite direction. Does that make sense? One of the things that I love about small group ministry is that it allows the captain to be the captain. So it allows you to focus on your mission, to get everybody on board in going the same way, rowing in the same direction, and it creates a grassroots structure where nobody gets lost, nobody gets thrown overboard, everybody gets taken care of. Because if you're creating a change, I'll give you an example. I was working with an organization, and a large organization, like 800 members, and they had for years and years and years done a paper newsletter, and that was just something they did. It took a lot of volunteer hours, over 20 volunteer hours a month, over $2,000 a year in printing and mail outs and all that. And it turned out that of all of their members, there were only 10 people who really needed the paper newsletter. Everybody else was already online. So we decided to move the ship in the direction of the digital age. Like, we're going to cater to the culture that's online because it's more efficient, it's a better use of our resources, and it allows us to reach more people. So we made that shift, and of course, those who were not in that digital culture felt a little bit left out. Well, with small groups, you're able to take care of those people so they don't get left out. And it's not the captain's job to take care of them. It's those small groups that look out for each other so they can print out all the content and share it and make sure that everybody knows what's going on in the community. So your small groups give you the capacity to take care of the individuals so that the captain can be the captain. You can keep your focus on where you're going and creating a great experience for everybody that's on board. So how do you create the culture that you want? You stop focusing on taking care of those who are not on board with that. I see that happen all the time in ministries that say, oh, everybody's late here, so we're just going to start late. No, that's catering to the culture you don't want. If you want a culture where people are on time, you cater to the people that are on time. If you want a culture where people are willing to commit to things, you spend your time and your energy cultivating, taking care of, supporting, training, acknowledging those who are committed, those who are stepping up into leadership. That's where the energy and the focus of the leader needs to go. So that being said, I'd like to invite you to think about those people in your ministry, in your community, that perhaps are leading small groups. And it may be a spirit group program, like the program that I have founded, or it may just be a small group ministry in a different format. It may be classes, it may be a chaplain team. Doesn't matter what it is, but think about the small groups, the teams that operate in your ministry. And I want to give you an opportunity to acknowledge your leaders. We are having a small group leadership summit June 10th through 12th at Unity Village. And part of that summit is about acknowledging the culture that we want. It's acknowledging those people who are on board and rowing with both oars and doing everything they can to move that ship in the direction of the mission. And we want to acknowledge them, put them in front of everybody so everybody can see this is what it looks like to be on board and to be part of this team and making this mission happen. So I'm putting a link below for where you can go to nominate someone for a small group leadership award. We have 5 category areas. We're looking for people who are excellent at holding spiritual space. So whether that's with prayer groups or maybe they're a chaplain on your chaplain team, whatever it might be, they're really good at helping people get comfortable with prayer, that kind of thing. Second category is for those people who are just total connectors. And when someone's new and they get them plugged into something in your community, really easy, they help people make friends. They help people meet new people. The third category is those compassion people. Those are the ones who are going to say, you know, Jane over here has always gotten the paper newsletter. I'm going to make sure she gets a paper newsletter. You know, it's those people that are there for each other and taking care of each other. That's the compassion category. We'll also have a category for those people in your ministry who are really good at organizing teams to serve outside of your ministry, to make a difference out in your community. And then the final category, this is for those people who are really good, this is called the challenge category. They're really good at challenging people, mentoring people, coaching people to the next step in their spiritual journey. So if someone comes to mind in any of those categories, I hope you'll nominate them using the link right here. And if you're not doing small groups and maybe today is just a day to think about the leaders in your organization, think about those people who really are at the leading edge of your culture, and what can you do today to put your focus and your energy on fanning that spark in them and turning it into a raging flame so that you have teams on board. So it's not just you making the whole ship move, that you've got all these people who understand where you're going, they understand their role, and they're doing their part joyfully as part of their own spiritual journey in taking you towards that mission. That is what a true spiritual leader does.